Intelligence is overrated. Great thinkers are built, not born. Let's talk about how we learn to think and how we can teach our kids. Intelligence means potential for good thinking, but many intelligent people never seize upon their potential. In other words, they never learn how to think. By contrast, many people are excellent thinkers even without much natural talent. How can this be? And what about schools? Don't they teach kids how to think? Not really. You see, schools teach us what to think rather than how to think. Let me explain. Schools teach math and history and literature, but they don't really teach kids what to do with all that knowledge. And information goes to waste unless we know what to do with it. That's not good thinking. Good thinking is the skill of putting all the available information to the best use possible. Good thinking is also more than critical thinking, logic, and analysis. It includes these tools, but it also includes creativity, exploration, design, and perception. In other words, the best thinkers use a big toolbox. Author Edward de Bono wrote an amazing book on this topic that encourages parents to teach kids the 6 different thinking hats. Let's go over each one real quick. The white hat are facts, figures, and information. This hat focuses on all the available information and 6 objective facts, not what anyone feels about them. So when you're wearing the white hat, you're asking questions like, what information do I have? What information is missing? And how do I get the information that I need? The red hat is the opposite of the white hat. It's the emotions, the feelings, the hunches, and the intuition. The red hat is not interested in facts, but only in people's feelings. When you're wearing the red hat, you may ask questions like, what do I feel about this matter right now? Feelings are a very important part of thinking and valuable as long as we label them as feelings. The problem arises if we pretend feelings are something else, and the red hat provides a clear label to avoid that. So white hat thinking has to do with information, and red hat thinking has to do with feelings. Now, let's look at the black hat and the yellow hat that have to do with judgment and are entirely logical. The black hat is caution, truth, judgment, and fitting in the facts. It's the hat of critical thinking and reality. You can think of a stern judge or a teacher who gives you a red mark if you get things wrong. When you're wearing the black hat, you ask questions like, is this true? Does it fit the facts? Will it work? Is it safe? Can it be done? And while the black hat is overused in settings like traditional schools, when used in combination with other hats, it prevents us from making mistakes and doing silly things. The black hat can also lead to the improvement of ideas, so it's really important. Now onto the yellow hat. The yellow hat is advantages, benefits, and savings. Think of sunshine and optimism. The yellow hat is full of hope, but it is also a logical hat, so the reasons behind the hope must be given. When you're wearing the yellow hat, you may say things like, this is why it can be done, why there are benefits, and why it's a good thing to do. So the black hat is used for judgment, assessment, and criticism, while the yellow hat focuses on benefits. Both hats are fully logical, so reasons must be given. Now onto our last 2 hats, the green and the blue. The green hat is exploration, proposals, suggestions, and new ideas. Think of the energy of growth and fertility in vegetation. The green hat is the hat for creative thinking, where ideas are put forward. When you're asked to put on the green hat, you're being asked to come up with suggestions and ideas. This is active thinking, not reactive thinking. So you may ask questions like, what are the alternatives for action? What can we do here? Are there different ideas? Unlike the yellow and the black hat thinkers, the green hat thinker does not have to come up with logical reasons to support the suggestions or ideas. It's enough to put forward the idea for further examination. The last hat we will cover is the blue hat. It's thinking about thinking and the control of the thinking process. It's the opposite of the green hat in the sense that the green hat is full of energy and the freedom of thinking in any direction, whereas the blue hat is concerned with the control and direction of the thinking process. Think of the blue sky that is above everything. With the blue thinking hat, you're above the thinking. It's the overview, the process control, sort of like the conductor of an orchestra. With all the other hats, we think about the subject matter, but with the blue hat, we think about our thinking. Where are we now? What is the next step? Too often, we act like the white hat and the black hat are the only valuable perspectives, especially in traditional schools. But good thinkers use all 6 hats. They consider their emotions. They evaluate the upsides. They They propose crazy ideas, and they monitor their overall thinking process. The 6 hats help kids see with a wide-angle lens. They learn to broaden their perception and use a diverse set of mental skills. In other words, they build wisdom. Wisdom is the ultimate goal of good thinking. It's the habit of observing the breadth of a situation. Unlike intelligence, wisdom is not a natural-born talent. It's also not the natural product of age. I mean, we've all met wise kids and foolish adults, right? Wisdom comes from deliberate practice. It requires mentorship and experience solving complex problems. And in the right learning environment, kids can build more wisdom in a year than many adults learn in their entire lives. If you want to help your kids practice the 6 thinking hats on their own, check out my video on how to teach kids how to think for themselves.